I am going to take a nap after this, though. I ain't going to lie.
The verses and then
Girl.
the after party, it just took a sister down. She need a nap.
I want you to know that I relived some of the happiest moments in my early 20s, mid-20s life. Last night on the verses thing. I really did. There's so much to talk about. But listen, we need to stop because we're getting ahead. They don't even know what's happening. You are now tuned in to the Pisces Life.
Yes.
The Pisces Life. The Pisces Life.
The Pisces
Let's
life.
take a long walk or a long swim, if you please. Do you want to jump in the water with the Pisces Life? My sis and me. Sorry, we just feeling inspired. This is the 100 and...
20th.
I think I'm off. Is it 120?
I think it's 120.
Okay, the 120th episode of the Pisces Life podcast. You are with us in the afterglow of the Versus Queens battle. One for the records, one for the culture, one for the aunties. I am just Letitia, also known now, henceforth and forevermore, as Jill and Erykah Stans.
Yes. So this is Kai Love on the other microphone. And I was already a stan. So should I be Kai Love, Jill Scott, Erykah Badu stan affinity?
Or plus? Oh, I like that.
Plus. Yes, because it became real last night. It
was epic.
Very real. It took a little bit for me to see them in a different light through an Instagram screen because we just have not been that personal with them. We don't see them in such a uncontrolled environment with a whole lot of company. It was a whole lot of company.
Erykah Badu especially. Her whole crew was lit. I'm like...
So we just typically don't see them that close. Jill Scott even admitted last night that she had never went live before.
Right.
I feel you, Jill. I never went live on Instagram either, and I don't know if I will. It's scary out there.
Yes. I'm going to have to tell off on you, though, audience. She almost had me going live on the Zoom. I was scared. I said, I didn't play Beauty Shop right this week. I can't, no. These twists in my head. It was too much. Too much on the soul.
Well, we have a lot to talk about in this show. But before we get started talking about the verses, we want to give some love and light to the family of Andre Harrell, who passed away yesterday. And today is Sunday, the 10th. So
10th of May.
Yeah, so he passed away on Saturday, May 9th. And I know you, Letitia, have a very personal Andre Harrell story.
So for this next story, I wanted to actually invite one of my friends that I went to college with. And it is exciting for me to relive some of these memories. Those of you in the Pisces Life listening audience know we both are singers and performers for a long, long time. And so this was my experience with Andre Harrell. So I wanted to invite my friend Shannon from college and just to share that memory with us. Lots of laughter. We've known each other for a long time. We met in undergrad. She was actually the choir director for the Black choir that we had at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so being at this little white institution, and then literally everybody, if you was Black, you was in the choir, period. Come on. And so we made that a wonderful experience. She's a singer and arranger. She's lived internationally over in the Bahamas, sung over there, accomplished back in the day. Her mother, where she gets it from, her mother and her siblings her sisters had a singing group back then.
Oh.
And so just a lot of talent within my friend and within her family. And so to this day, she still sings, but she's taken a hiatus in terms of being a mom and a dedicated teacher of kids who have special needs and circumstances. And so just to be friends all this long as well, I just wanted to share this moment with you guys. Hey, Shannon.
Hi.
You sound amazing, girl.
You do too.
Let me introduce you to my business partner and friend, Kai, and my sister.
Hi, Kai.
Good morning. How are you today?
I am doing just excellent.
Fantastic. So happy Mother's Day.
Yes, happy Mother's Day.
Thank you so much.
I was giving the audience a little bit of our history before you got on.
I can hear a little bit of it. And yes, we go back a long way at college. Oh my goodness, so many memories.
So many memories. So let's jump into how this even came about, our Andre Harrell experience. I remember getting a phone call kind of in the middle of the night, like, we can sing, we can do this, we a trio, I'm writing a song, see y'all in the morning. Did it go kind of like that?
That's it. That's what I recall. I remember vividly in the parking lot, because I worked in one of the parking lots there on campus. So I was in one of those booths with a heater on. It was real cold. And I remember like, oh, what are we going to sing? We're going to sing. I'm going to write this song right quick. And I wrote the song called Send Me a Good Man.
Send me one, okay? Now I'm still waiting on it. Still waiting on mans, but
Lord, sung
with all our heart, okay, Kai? Kai, we sung with all our heart here.
Yes, with purpose and intention.
Yes. And so I wrote the song, and it was a couple of lines that was kind of messed up, but T, I call her T. What's your radio name? I just say T.
I am just Letitia.
Look, I am just Letitia. Yes. Letitia put in the lines that were needed, and we were on our way. We got in somebody's car and headed to Detroit.
We got in your car, because mine wouldn't. Yeah, I had a strictly city limits car at that time. We left out in the middle of the night, really, because we wanted to be the first thing in the line for the morning.
Yes, and the line was incredibly long. It was long, and I remember they did a cutoff. It was like those American Idol lines, and they did a cutoff just a couple of people behind us.
Literally, like 2.
Really?
Wow. Yes. And it was like, oh my goodness. And then when they started going through the auditions, it's like people were going pretty fast, and I was like, oh no, like I was nervous, like, should I edit our song, because they're not going to hear us harmonize, because we got to get through that whole long verse explaining how he needed to send this man.
Yes,
and they won't hear our harmony kick in. But lo and behold, we got in there and started singing, got through the verse. I remember trying to go kind of fast, like, wow, I got through that. And then we came out with the harmony part, and it was just on. It just sounds so good, and it was well received.
Remember when they cut us off too at that point? We had got to our harmony, and it just rung all through the room, and then the music stopped, and we was looking like, what? And they were like, thank you. And they put us over in this room, and we were like, dang, we done really messed up. They got us over here.
So what was the name of the group?
Vessels of Praise.
Oh, yes, it was. I was like, we didn't have a name. Yes, it was Vessels of Praise. I forgot about that.
Vessels of Praise. Remember, we almost got sued for using the name because somebody else had. So here we are.
Somebody else's music.
Somebody else's music as well. We didn't know. See, this was before copyright and fair usage and all of that had moved on about like it did.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a song at the time. Jade was out with that song, "Blessed." My soul feels good about the tie that binds me and you and all mankind together.
Yes.
And we had been rehearsing, and I mean our harmony was tight. We send love and light and happy Mother's Day to Janetta Wright. Now she's not with us this morning, but that was our third member of the group. And I remember it was raining. We took time and turns sleeping in the car. And we were like, listen, Andre Harrell is looking for a new gospel label. He needs somebody to break out. Why not us? When they had put us in this other room, we were like, oh God, this is it. We're not going to do it. Then in walks the lawyer, in walks the production manager, in walks Andre Harrell's assistant. And we're all looking like, oh, okay, so maybe we didn't mess up as bad as we thought. And then that's when we signed our lifetime contract. So the inside joke of this is typical rookie mistake. I think we just got out of contract with them last year. From what, 92? We said that we would never talk to nobody else, ever.
Nobody.
We was all in the development deal with that. We got a chance to meet Donnie Simpson. We made a commercial for BET. Shannon, remember when we thought we had won the whole thing?
Yes.
Well, they wouldn't have let us make a commercial, sis, if we hadn't won, right? Because that's how it goes, doesn't it? Like, why they using your face if y'all wasn't the face? You know? The likeness, okay? The image right here. Yes. Oh, God. That is, so tell me about the amount of preparation it took to get ready for this. Because this was an original song. They had some expectations and some rules. Like, what did y'all do to prepare for this moment outside of just standing in the long lines? Shannon, I'm gonna let you take that because you drove a hard bargain. I'm gonna let you take that.
We practiced all the way to Detroit. We practiced. We just went to Letitia's apartment, right in Washington, was it?
Yes, yep, in Washington apartment.
Yes, we did. That was pretty much it. I just went through their parts, and because we all sing, it's easy. It's made easy when you deal with people that can sing, and they know how to harmonize, and it's just simple things. Say, no, sing this word like this. This is how you touch this word and this phrase, and let's do it again. And that's all. Just going through it by repetition. On the highway.
And when we weren't in class, or at that time I was working at the casino too, third shift. And even on my breaks at the casino from counting money, I would call Shannon, I'd call Jeanette, and it would be like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, because that was my schedule. I worked overnight third shift, and we would sing on the phone to each other. We would sing on the way to class. We would meet in the hallway because we all had a class. I think it was in Anspaugh Hall. We all had a same class. And we would sing in between class, girl, and we light that hallway up. Girl, if nothing else, we had won the whole campus. If nothing else, shoot.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
So is there a recording of this? Where can the Pisces Life listeners and me as the head of the Pisces Life listeners that want to listen to this song, where can we find this music at?
You can't. It's in my head.
So this was before phones traveled like that, okay? We do have a clip of the commercial, but I mean, it's deep in BET's archives.
Mm-hmm.
And I've only seen that commercial one other time, and it was a snippet because Donnie Simpson was introducing the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I've only seen it one other time since this all happened. We've got pictures from that night. I tried to find my doggone pictures, but we've all moved several times. And this was before computers, you know, I mean, we was doing not even jump drives back then, girl. This was like
floppies.
Well, not quite floppies. They were diskettes at that time. They had been hardened and smaller, you know.
Yes.
And so that's one of the reasons why I wanted her to come on too, so that we could relive that. So the night that we got a chance to perform in Detroit at the Warehouse at the time, that was the name of the club. And you couldn't tell us nothing, girl. Could not tell us nothing. We had all the pictures taken. We getting, you know, escorted over here. They waiting for us here. They waiting for us there. Then we get in the back, and then we're waiting on Mr. Andre Harrell. Shannon, do you remember when he walked into the room with Donnie Simpson and how we just...
Yes, I remember that moment. I actually do have that picture.
Do you?
I do have that picture.
Oh my God. We were just in awe, and there weren't many gospel acts. So, and yes, we was in the nightclub repping Jesus. Yes, we was asking him to send us a good man.
Because that's real. And if nothing else, I believe the word says, come as you are.
Come on.
Speak the desires of your heart.
Girl, speak the desires of your heart. Oh, what memories. Anything else you want to add, Shannon, from that I may be forgetting, or something that was special to you?
Just in that moment when they came in, and because BET, I don't even watch it like I did back then, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But just Donnie Simpson. Me coming up, I just remember Sherry. I think it was Sherry Carter.
Yes.
And that's all I knew in my life at that time. So for him to walk in, and I'm not a big like celeb person, but that was like real deep for me. Like, ooh, like that's him. Ooh, that's the man I see on TV. Wow.
And we just made a commercial with him, girl.
Yes, I think I was just in awe. Like, is this really happening? This is happening, y'all. This for real. We're about to go on. We're going to be on stage.
And I remember Andre Harrell, that big smile of his. And I mean, he was grinning from ear to ear. And I had just gotten out of the hospital, and I was on crutches and everything else. And I was leaning real bad. And he was like, you know, make sure she get up on the stage. All right. You know, make sure that happens. And da-da-da-da-da. There were some steps. It was not one problem. We were treated quite well. I mean, here we were in a contest situation, but you know, Mr. Harrell really made sure that we were treated like we were already stars. We were back in the green room. They had little libations and snacks for us. And, you know, when we got done off stage, the car was waiting and all.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell us nothing.
Wow, that sounds like such a memorable experience. I am just happy that the both of you had that experience and got to be part of his life in that moment, because he's one of the greatest talent launchers that we've seen in a long time. Andre Harrell has been behind the career of many of your favorite artists. So it's sad that he's no longer with us, but his mark on music history is well documented. And just even in this moment, without the pictures and the videos of the time, the two of you are still here to bear witness to that. And that was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with me and the Pisces Life listeners.
Thank you so much, Shannon.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Before we get out of here, give us a moment. I was bragging about your musical history. You got any projects in the works? Tell us about that time. Didn't you go far in one of those gospel challenges? Was it for McDonald's, was it?
I did the GMC with Uplifting, and it was in it was joint partnership with the American Heart Association and stroke, something with strokes. Yes, they had a national gospel competition. There were 10, it was 10 rounds and 10 cuts that they did. And I did make it to the last cut. I was in the final 10. I did not win that competition, but I was in that final 10 for that major competition. Yeah, so that was really exciting.
And you've had a chance to do some composition. I know you've lived internationally in the Bahamas, and you've had an opportunity to do some composing and perform in that direction as well. Can you speak about that?
I did. My greatest experience was singing at Robert De Niro's son's wedding.
Oh my gosh.
That was exciting.
Wow.
To do.
Wow.
What did you sing?
It is so crazy, but they wanted "Oh Happy Day." I've never heard it before. People on "Oh Happy Day" sang at his son's wedding, and so that was it. "Oh Happy Day."
I love that idea.
That is nice.
I bet you jammed it. I bet you jammed it too.
So that was really nice, and I sang at a thing with Benny Hinn and Dr. Miles Monroe, the late Dr. Miles Monroe. I sang at a ceremony that they had with his kingdom message, I guess, that he's been taking worldwide.
Okay.
At that time. And so I did sing for that.
Wow.
And that was another time that was just a great memory and a pleasure and an honor for the Lord to use me at that time in singing. So.
And right before quarantine, I know that you were working on a project that was actually going to take you to the continent of Africa. Are you allowed to speak about that just yet, or?
It is on hold. And in fact, the person who was directing that, she came over my house during this quarantine, and I said, "Girl." So she says that we're still going. Everything's kind of on hold, and I haven't even had any rehearsals recently, but we were supposed to go April.
And what kind of project was that?
It's just going into, I don't even know all the details. I've never heard of the place, but Johannesburg is where I'm supposed to go to minister at 3 local churches there. She said that the Lord gave her a vision and she wanted me to minister to women there.
Oh, nice.
And she spoke very candidly and said that as a teacher, because I'm a teacher, and she said that she saw me teaching to a group of women. And so it's not even just the vocal that will be the main thing. She says there's a message through my teaching that I'm supposed to take. So I'm just waiting to see, okay, when we get there, is the Holy Spirit going to give it to me then? Because I ain't nothing. But you're supposed to go. So we'll see.
Well, it's a long plane ride, sis. So maybe then.
I hear it could take a couple days. I say, okay, I guess he may drop it right then.
That's right. Well, again, we thank you so much for being with us this morning, and I continue to be in awe of you keeping your gift and using your gift in these ways. And hey, we'll get another contract another day, but can't nobody take these memories from us.
I'm gonna read it ahead of time this time.
Yeah, we should get a lawyer this time and let you know. Yeah, we should, before we sign a development deal for 20 years, 25 years.
I learned a great deal through that experience.
Yes, we did. We never got off the shelf, but we was on the shelf in there. Yes. Well, listen, darling, we will disconnect and we will talk with you soon.
Okay, ladies. Thank you.
Before we leave this topic, though, we do have to send our condolences and mark the moment for 2 other giants in music. Little Richard has also passed away, the icon, the originator of rock and roll. Don't let nobody else tell you no different. It wasn't Elvis's. It didn't belong to Aerosmith. And Jimi Hendrix got this over here from Little Richard, too. He is the architect of rock and roll, and he passed away. And then the third person, you know, they say death comes in threes in our community, and this one just it tears me up. Again, another personal memory, but the late great Betty Wright has passed.
So I didn't know that Betty Wright had passed.
She passed this morning, this Sunday morning. You've heard me mention before my cousin Daryl, God bless the dead and rest in peace, who played for Aretha Franklin for over 30 years, our soror, Lord, another one that's went on. And I had an experience where he got a call from Betty Wright, and she said, listen, I need you to run me some tracks. I don't want none of that boom, bop, da, da, boom, that, I need something. Na, na, da, da, and she just hung up the phone like, he got it. And that was just my brush and touch with her, genius, the scales that woman could do. If you had the opportunity to have her get your voice in tune, your instrument, your craft, your musicianship, or as Jill Scott says, your instrumentation.
Yes.
You were together, baby.
The cleaned up woman. Come
Girl.
on now. Tonight is the night.
Tonight, girl, that song right there. I said my aunties is fast. Y'all listen to what? What's happening?
Rest in power.
Wait. Is that Millie though? Wait, tonight is the night.
Tonight
is
Millie.
No, it was Betty Wright. That's right. It was Betty Wright. I always get old Millicent Jackson all twisted up in there. Because that woman, she was the one that
Millie was a mess.
She was.
She was a musical mess. I loved it though. And speaking of musical messes and genius and women, Lord, the verses.
Oh, are we here now, sis? Verses. We going to verses.
We have to, because we have to address the juxtaposition of how Erykah Badu looked and how Jill Scott looked. Erykah Badu.
One was Teddy Riley and the other one was Babyface. That's all. I had tweeted out Jill Scott is the babyface of this versus battle. Jill Scott came with her iPhone and everything hooked up. We are ready. Her people were off camera. Erykah Badu came, microphone ready, hit the bass, hit the cut. She even said, I'm sounding like Teddy Riley out here. I got the Teddy Riley going on.
She's like, I got the Teddy Riley. A couple of times. I got the Teddy Riley echo. Oh, hilarious! She had the iPad that don't hold a charge. I said, "See,
right.
that's my sister, because that's my iPad right now. I perform with an iPad. It has all of my music programs on it and all that. It'll never hold no charge.
Girl. But it didn't stop her. She said, come on, y'all. Come on.
She said, come on.
And I charge. Okay. Well, switch me over to that one then. Oh, it's not. Okay. She gonna give the direct. She was the Teddy Riley of the whole situation.
But
she embraced
ready.
it.
But she was ready. She was ready. The DJ in her, it was like she was ready to DJ her own songs. And because she does DJ,
right,
she was so excited about being able to do that. And Jill wanted to keep a good pace. She wanted some conversation.
I'd like to introduce this song. Remember when we were?
Yes, she wanted some antidotes. Some kikis, some ha-has.
She fangirled too. I thought that was so cute. She was like, I remember the first time I ever met you. I do remember that. You came backstage. They told me you were there. And I was like, I didn't know how to act. Girl, I loved it. So I tried to organize our thoughts so that we wouldn't miss anything. So we've talked about the presence and the appearance and the setup of the situation. One moment I'd also like to leave with Erykah Badu. I love our Pisces sis, but she be on some stuff, boy. I don't know why we had Bruce Lee in the Jackie Chan situation in the background with the Kung Fu fighting. I don't know.
She spent the better part of a year touring in Japan. And so if you go to her website, baduworldmarket.com, there is a lot of her merch that's there, and it's all Japanese inspired. There's certainly some merchandise that is there that is African inspired. It has an African designer on some wristbands and some armbands and some ankle and leg bands too. So looking very much like from the Maasai tribe. But a lot of her merchandise, she has those little wooden shoes. She has a lot of Japanese influence in her work. So the Bruce Lee and all of that, you know, she a master teacher. You know, that's something that she refers to herself as. And if not Bruce Lee, who else would be the master teacher in reference to discipline and all of the karate, kung fu that he was responsible for, you know, at least presenting to us. And to be honest, Bruce Lee is a cultural icon in the Black community. I don't know any young boy who wasn't up watching the Bruce Lee movies on Saturday.
Girl.
So yeah, but it was distracting. Erykah Badu, she was getting up. She
had to go get some tea.
She got some tea. She turned around. She broke it down. She broke it back up.
Look, sis, we had a couple of these a couple of times. Let me see. Can they hear me? They hearing me? Is we on? Is we live?
Can y'all hear me? Do y'all hear me? Girl.
Oh, I loved it when they both cut in and would sing or would, you know, do their improv of their own selves right there. Second thing, friends, family, and company. Erykah Badu had everybody. She really did pull a Teddy Riley with a full studio. I mean, it's like, do y'all all live together? Is people checking their temperatures before they come in the house? Is you know, have y'all been quarantined together? I had so many questions.
It was her cheering and maybe some of her people, maybe like her assistants. And because it was so quick, we didn't get the focus on who it was actually. But I thought I saw 7 in there. So I was like, okay, it's like that had to be her children. And then maybe like some support staff, because, you know, she is a star. So she has some supportees that's in there. But when she brought them in on the Jill Scott song, and they was all singing, because again, these songs are iconic in our community, especially among our age demographic. And I perform and cover so many Jill Scott and Erykah Badu songs.
I do too, right in my shower. I am wonderful there. I tell you, last night, after Versus was over, I had myself another adult libation, and I must have been in concert for the next 3 hours, my darn self. I enjoyed every second of it. All right, so I had to get over my initial, where are they? The technical difficulties. This is a message to Instagram. We are on your platform, which I find very stoic and static. I need to be able to talk and chat and live interact with people and post my feelings without a problem. Now, if we're going to go live, let's go live. I love the fact that the ladies, the aunties, our sisters held it down for so long. That was a long battle. I mean, I had to go refresh. I also want to give a shout out right quick to my 2 cousins, Erykah and Natasha. Natasha was available via phone, and Erykah, who lives up the street from me, came on in this house. We sprayed off with Lysol, washed on up, got our snacks, and came on. So we watched it together. Some energy from our house was just thinking about how much of this was a soundtrack to our young lives, our love lives, feeling ourselves as women for the first time, feeling that ownership of our rolling hills, if you will, by Miss Jill Scott. You understand what I'm saying? And getting into that space where I can see you next lifetime. Because this meeting right here, you ain't ready. You ain't ready for what I'm bringing. But when she said, let's call Tyrone, baby, Tyrone's head should have rung off. Because everybody and their mama, aunties, cousins, and them called Tyrone. Your thoughts?
I just have too much to say. Normally, I'm able to just articulate because my feelings, I'm so overwhelmed, but I did take some notes because I wanted to be able to at least speak about it because I knew we were going to talk about it today. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want the emotion to just like take me over and take me out of it. So in our house, the moment I think that was just almost like confirmation about the human love experience the second time around, because you can be reflective about what happened in the past and be like, slowly, surely,
hey,
I walk away from self-serving, undeserving, constantly hurting me love. We both, and my dude has a beautiful voice. He's just not confident in projecting and articulating that, but it's really nice baritone voice. When that came on, we both was over here singing and harmonizing together.
All right.
Because that was a testimony piece. If you've ever been hurt and went through like the muck of a relationship.
And a breakup, girl.
And that breakup, and then you are trying to like pull it back together and you are now beyond it, but not so beyond it that you can't recollect what those feelings were. And slowly, surely was that song for me.
Yes.
Just the perfect lyrical presentation of how you have to pull yourself away slowly but surely from those things that don't serve you well. So that was a real moment when I looked at him and he looked at me and we were singing it like singing it hard. Like it was like it had meaning. Like, I told him, I said, this song right here, he was like, girl. So that
I can see him too with that big old beard, girl.
Yes. That was certainly a moment. Again, you referenced Jill's reverence for Erykah Badu, almost speaking to her as if she was like a elder legend, which made me go to Wikipedia and look up their ages.
Oh,
so
they in our age group.
Jill is 48.
Oh.
And Erykah is 49.
Okay.
So then it made me say, I understand that Erykah birthed the movement, right? And Jill's part of that movement. But the way that Jill references Erykah and serves her that reverence, you would have thought Jill was 38 and Erykah was 48, Right. She really was super humble instead of more kind of like peer or collegial. So right. I thought that was pretty amazing that Jill Scott is in awe of Erykah Badu and all that comes with Erykah Badu, just like the rest of us. She's she's enchanted by her too. And I thought that to be interesting and beautiful. The other thing that I loved is Erykah is crazy. God love our Pisces sister. She is, she's a ball of mess and magic and unicorn horns.
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms, a pinch of shade. But the fact that she knows these Jill Scott songs. Yes. And had been singing them for years because the way that she would hit some of those runs
girl
was just like when she was videotaped pre-taping where they went kind of
Yes.
back and forth. And you know how it is when you've been singing a song the same way for years. So we know that those Jill Scott songs are in Erykah's repertoire. Now, certainly neither of them knew each other's discography to the deep, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But certainly the things that are more popular, were more readily played, they've sung each other's songs and have done their own little twist about it. So
it was very nice. I liked, at one moment, Erykah Badu had asked some questions of Jill Scott, like, what were you referencing when you wrote this? There was a moment when Jill asked her, like, what was your writing process, or what moment led you to put this verse there? And it was two individuals who had a healthy respect for what they did. It was a moment, and I'm not gonna cry. I've been so teary here lately, and it's probably because of everything that's just happening in this world, but it was good.
Mm-hmm.
As a Black woman, to be loved on
Mm-hmm.
in a space, and to see other Black women loving on each other in a space. There's a picture where they had kissed each other on the lips after concert. And there was, of course, you always gonna have a errant troll. You see, this is what, it wasn't even about that. What they have is it's what sisterhood personified looks like. What we saw yesterday was two women who said, not only do I hear you, I see you, and I welcome you, I embrace you, I hold you, I sing for you, I sing to you, I sing about you. I mean, for me, I even having that with my cousins, we all talked about, and even since this morning, since we've been on, we all talked about how good it just felt like we all won last night. It felt like a celebration of us. It felt like the block was all right last night. It felt like we were, I don't want to say whole, but it felt like there was, I don't know, sis. I don't know what
it felt like a bit of normalcy for me.
Yes.
It felt like I was at a concert in the summertime, and my two favorite artists was the two performers.
Yes.
And it felt communal. Because even though there wasn't anybody outside of our family, direct family in the house, we were able to see on the scrolls of comments. We was like, there go who, there go, there go who, there go who. We were seeing our people.
Yes.
And to know that in that moment, all across the world, over 700,000 people were watching and experiencing, the collective grits. The collective grits heard all over the world.
We knew that whole order. You getting what? Toast.
Yes.
How many eggs? Two. How they gonna be prepared? Scrambled. And then what you gonna put on with it? Grits.
Yes. It was.
Oh, woke up 4:30.
Yes, it was it was a moment where it made us being quarantined feel all right, because a lot of people ain't all right, sis. Their finances is difficultly messed up. The homeschooling took a left and a right
and turned on
in the same week. About week 2. Just the fear and the anxiety of having to go get your essential items, and these new routines of having to not only be as clean and as disinfectant, germ fighting as you normally were, but taking that times 10, and just the evolution of one's spirit feeling like they can't go when they are goers, and the feelings of people wanting to stay and stay forever because they are too scared to do anything else, and the demands of work, and the gazillion Zoom calls, and all of the things that are just absolutely challenging during this time.
Yes.
There are certainly still some things that are going really right. There are things that are thriving, things that are changing. We are able to see the Himalayas from India for the first time in, a gazillion years.
You can see the 405 without the smog in LA. Hell, is that the skyline in LA? They have a skyline in LA?
Parents and kids are getting to know each other and know each other again.
Right. Same thing with couples too, and even rekindling and reconnecting. I've had an opportunity to make some things right. Girl, I was wrong on that. I'm sorry. Forgive me, please.
Absolutely. Because it helps you. This time it's helped many of us prioritize and reprioritize the things that are important to us in our lives. And when outside does open back up, we will not be the same. This world will not be the same. And hopefully we don't get back to where we were previously. But it felt super normal.
And so amazing.
And it was good. It was good to, in that moment. And again, a lot of people put on clothes. I saw a couple of linen outfits, pictures coming down the timeline. We made a big dinner. This was the celebratory dinner. I barbecued beef ribs, smoked salmon. We made some potato salad. The good
your potato salad?
Yes.
See, but why can't we be quarantined? I'm telling you, we get a second wave of quarantine, I'm coming. I don't care if y'all newlyweds or not. I'm coming. Put me and Junior in the basement. I don't care. Garage, I don't care. I'm coming.
Yes. So we had...
I ain't going to be quarantined by myself this next go round, because it's going to be a next go round, because folk don't know how to act. But I got to get me a quarantine bay for the next one. I ain't going to be up in here.
Start working through it, sis. I know people got plans. People got plans. Well, but the other thing that I noticed in the verses was some of my favorite songs didn't get played though.
And I was so sure enough scared. One of my favorite songs, Jill Scott, if she didn't play He Loved Me, I was like, I mean, if you don't do nothing else, that you got to come on here and do. It was and then there were some songs that I was like, oh, I must have tuned out on that album. I must have skipped past that track.
They called them the obscure, as a way to try to bring some new music to the stage. I feel them on that. But you could have left the obscure out and hit me with I'm an orange moon.
Oh, yes, we didn't hear that.
I'm an orange moon. We didn't get any of that. No. We also didn't get Soldier, which is one of my favorites. And because it talks about a young man, and, my heart is with children. So I'm like, man, we didn't get that song. But that's cool. That's cool. And then on the Jill side, we didn't get Whatever.
No, we didn't. And I thought we would have.
Come on, Whatever. That
I thought we would have got Living My Life Like It's Golden too.
I thought we was gonna get that too, but my other song of Jill's that I love is that Not Like Crazy. First met, I was surprised to gain that feeling, the kind that don't wash away with soap. She was not, maybe the Lord knew that if I had got that,
you'd have fell out.
I would have fell out and I would have missed the rest of the show.
Girl.
Yes. And then my last observation, the conversation piece between Jill and Erykah about sex. When Jill was like, I like that. I like that. And Erykah was like, yeah. What she said. whatever she said, whatever she said. And it made me think, we don't have a crown royal on the Erykah Badu side.
The most that we get is it's on her live album and it's somebody else's song. It's Shaka Khan, Stay. And she talked, there's a little bit of innuendo in that. In Next Lifetime, there's a little innuendo, you know, maybe I see you, you know, maybe we'll be butterflies, you know, and the way you make me feel. Right. Your energies feel so good to me.
Right.
And, you know, maybe I'm just, you know, she play with it, but she know all about it with all them germs.
She do.
I mean, Erykah ain't no stranger.
She not no stranger to keeping company.
Hey, keeping company.
She like to keep a little company, entertain a little bit.
Girl, I would have kept Common as company. Now, can we speak on it?
But see, I heard
him. I'd have tried to keep him.
Easy on the eyes, ill voice, but I don't know, something about his character, that feels, and because he's from Chicago, I see a lot of Chicago in him, which is disturbing because he has that thing. Like I know seven commons. I know 7 commons. They just broke and still in Chicago. That's all. Like it's just. There's just a spirit sometimes among the men folk here that, you know, we'll have to explore
on another show.
But Jill said something that I thought I wanted to pose to you a question.
Okay.
Not Jill, I'm sorry. Erykah said, as our resident Pisces sister, Erykah says, when I'm in love, I'm in that thing. I'm all in it. That's what she said. And, you know, there's the perception about Pisces and Pisces women especially that we're ethereal and, you know, we're just kind of like all inclusive. We all like everything. We just want to, you know, do all the good things for our man, our mate, our woman, whatever your relationship status is. And I wanted to know, do you agree with that stereotype?
I am the stereotype personified, depending. I do believe in being in a relationship where that person, when I'm with you, I want them to know that I care for them, that I enjoy them, that I look forward to being with them, and I take the time that we have seriously. And having been in a relationship, 2 longer term relationships, one of them that was not always reciprocated. I had to come 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th after mama, brothers, you know, the boys. Lord have mercy. A man that knows how to be is priceless. A man that appreciates how you be with him is priceless. I am the fix your dinner type of woman. I don't believe in you know, you being bad to each other, especially when you have a choice to be good to each other, you know. And I like, if my relationship is going to take up that much time, effort and energy, I want it to be good. I do think as Pisces women and as Pisces period, and there is something to that, whether it's stereotypical or not. Like I said, I do fall into it. We love hard. And we try and love thoroughly. One of my exes had said that to me. He was like, you know, there wasn't one part of my life that I felt like you weren't rooting for me, you weren't supporting me, you weren't loving me through it. And he was like, and I really do mean that. So then I had to ask, well, why the heck did we break up? Why did you cheat? Well, at that time, you know, I was saving things, you know. You know, the lid was on the cookie jar. And I figured if you wanted some cookies, you was going to get a marriage first. And, you know, I had my own mortgage before I decided to open the cookie jar. I was good and grown. And I think the way I take relationships seriously, I want to pour in my all, but I can't let it drain me.
Yes, yes,
And I
yes,
think
yes.
that comes with wisdom and maturity. My very last relationship, that was something that we were going through, the controlling. I don't control well. Now I'll comply, I'll go along with, and I'll consider. But once you start controlling, and I feel like I can't be myself, and and I told him flat out, I said, you really don't like me. Not who I really am and who I'm becoming. And that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
just ain't it for each other. Now, what about you? Do you find that to be stereotypically true, or in your situation?
So what I would say is that my mother, when I was being raised as a young girl, and she would reference what relationships felt like or what they would be like. She would say things like, you have to learn how to cook because you're going to have to cook for your family.
Yes.
You have to learn how to do this because you got to be able to take care of your children. You got to learn how, she was very, very insistent on me learning certain things because these things were going to be necessary for what my future was supposed to hold. But as a young person moving into the relationship space, what she didn't share with me, and I think that she's not the only mother, I think that anybody that's listening to this can speak on this. She never shared what she got out of being married. She never shared what she felt and what made her happy in her relationships. And so I moved into a relationship space where I didn't feel like I had a voice in my happiness, that my happiness was rooted in ensuring that the people around me were happy, that the people around me had their needs met. So I became everything to every person that I've been in a relationship with. But all of those tasks, because I'm a taskmaster, was really like surface. I never really like dug beneath the surface to say, hey, that doesn't make me happy, or I'm not, invested in this relationship. I'm invested in these tasks,
Right.
and performing these things well, versus like, I don't really even like you as a person. Like, you cool and everything, but like, so it wasn't until this most recent relationship where I kind of ratcheted back all of this love giving, sharing, displaying, and really used my voice to articulate some of my needs, some of my expectations. And that provided two things in my current relationship. It provided him with a roadmap of expectations. He understood what I was about and what I wasn't about.
Okay.
And so he had the opportunity to choose if he was going to be about the about or the not about, and how to move accordingly. But then the second thing is it allowed me to be really vulnerable. So instead of just giving without conscious, it was like, I'm giving you this because of this on the inside of me. Look at this thing on the inside of me, because that is the thing that is holding on to the other end of this task, of these words, of this hug, of this kiss, of this gift. And I've never done that before. So it's gone from being kind of unbalanced, like, my fishes was in the same pond. They was in the same pond doing a little bit more, synchronized swimming, instead of being more circular and reflective and creating waves. And so I feel love in a more active way this time around than I have before. So yes, when she said what she said, Erykah, that's stuck with me, because I am that yummy good girlfriend, lover, wife person. I'm gonna make sure you have everything you need. I'm gonna make sure the people that you love have everything they need if I can give it to them. I'm gonna ensure that our home is safe and that we benefit from all that life has to offer, because life is amazing, and often too many times we find ourselves deeply embedded in the rut of the routine versus the abundance, and I like to acknowledge the abundance and the beauty and the small things as well as the big things. And so I love that she expressed that about herself, because
Me too.
that provided, I think, us a space to understand why the men who, the running joke being that if you get in a relationship with Erykah Badu, you change forever. Well, if you are in a relationship with any woman, regardless of zodiac sign, who adores you and pours into you and wants the best for you, that is a beautiful space to exist in.
It is. And loving a Black man like that is something that you can't beat it. It's just something about it. You can't beat it. That was beautiful how you expressed that. I know the next relationship, now being an only child, I ain't never had no problem telling you what I want, what I need, what I need, what I want. But how I express that, it really is true. A soft answer can get you a whole lot better. I wish you would, And so I do have to say, for my last relationship, the guy, I appreciated, he spoiled me, and he really worked overtime to be attentive to the things, and he could remember stuff. Like I would remember or mention something on a Monday that I might have wanted, and by Wednesday, magically it was there. Oh, which leads us to the other point. Sometimes you can have somebody that does too much for you, and then you be the one sitting up here like, I don't know. Being in love and like with other human beings is so complicated.
It is complicated, but I think what the verses showed us is that when you are in love and in like with the right people, and in this case, it's both Erykah Badu and Jill Scott, because we are in love and in like with their music, that those are relationships that can last a long, long, long time.
Okay.
And I am ready for what they gonna do post-quarantine.
They should do a collaboration. I need a collaboration. I'd like a few sampled, like a medley from both of them. Intro, medley, and then this project by Badu and Scott. Badu, J from Philly. Oh, I got it all mapped out.
I said I need a collaborative album. I need a stage play with Queen Latifah, because they talked about how the Queen had brought them together for that concert series. So I need me a stage play. I need a game show, a talk show.
Okay.
I need now that they've let us get that close to them.
Yes.
I need some more, but I want to also see them separate too. I don't want us to, because they did something beautiful together, that we now automatically want to see them. They
got to
be together for now, into perpetuity. But I would love to see Jill Scott. Like, I know Jill Scott does her acting thing. I haven't personally, because I couldn't get over the music part. So I just was like, I know she's been in some shows or whatever. I know she was in the movies, but I haven't watched her TV stuff. So now that is going to be added to the list. So I'm excited about getting to know Jill Scott in a different way.
That's going to be fun. I think that you will like, it's on HBO, her True Detective Lady show. That's good. That was really good. Also, I appreciate about Jill Scott is that she's not a singer trying to be an actor. She very much has her craft under control, much like a Will Smith reminds me of.
Nice.
Just speaking of coming from one genre, one area of performance to the other. So the last thing I'm gonna say is this. After the verses got over, folks gonna have the nerve to start saying that John Legends had called Alicia Keys out, and he want to do a dueling piano type of situation. Incoming unpopular opinion. I mean, I love Alicia Keys on one hand. I respect what she does on the other hand, but on the other, I feel like I'm always at a piano recital. You know what I mean? I don't get that entertainer energy unless she's with somebody else. I don't know if I could break it down like that and go, I've never.
Well, I'm so happy that you brought this up, sis, because not only do they both have that more piano recital thing happening from time to time, neither of them have the strongest singing voices, which is fine because they play the piano, which it's the fact that you can play and sing at the same time, you are a genius. Okay, so you ain't gotta sound like the best singer ever, but without them having the best singing voices and then playing them pianos, this versus is going to be called Welcome to the Love Boat Lounge. Because they both give me lounge singer from time to time. Alicia Keys on the Love Boat, laid across the piano, and John playing
like the old Solid Gold. And we're solid. Solid as a rock.
Yes.
That's what this love is. That's what unless they doing that, I'm not interested. Because the two of them, although when John Legend gets we're just ordinary people.
We just know just where to go, 'cause we're ordinary people. Maybe we should take it slow. Hey,
take it slow. Hey, I'm here all week, guys. Take it slow. Yeah, buddy. Take it slow.
Slowly tip to the tip jar. Yes. But I'll be tuned in. I
ain't missing it now.
I think the next one is Ludacris versus Nelly.
Girl, I don't know if I can handle that. There's something about the two of them. They get me riled up, especially when Nelly get to talk about it's hot in here. Ooh, girl, I think my butt getting big. Oh, that's my part right there.
Yes.
That'd be my part.
Yes,
Ludacris, when he tell folks to move out the way, you better move.
I think this is going to be pretty fun. This will be a fun one. So there's a lot of fun music between the two of them. So
it's a lot of anthem, dirty riding music between the two of them, and it's going to be interesting because you got Nelly right there. You know how the Saint Lunatics and all of them back in that day, he get to retching back around there.
Yes.
And I don't know who's gonna win that. When people sleep on Luda. Ludacris has decades of being that radio DJ behind them. I don't think Nelly does.
There's a lot of history, but they are matched well. Both rappers,
that's a good match.
Both TV actors,
both fine as hell. I mean,
amen.
That Luda, when he uses government, look at that here. Look at here. Chicken, beer, and waffles.
And
looking like a whole meal.
And on that note,
right.
This has been yet another edition of the Pisces Life. We are so happy that you have joined us, listened in, share the show, and let us know how you like the show. Let us know if we've made you laugh, if we've made your day, or if there's any other topics that you would like for us to cover. You can reach us at thepisceslife@gmail.com. You can tweet us at Pisces Podcast. You can also send us a little IG message on the Pisces Life on Instagram. Sis, if the folks are looking for you because they either want you to join their gospel group and enter another competition, if they are looking for a front ground singer, because we've established that you are not Kelly and Michelle. Where can they find you, sis?
They can find me doing my do-re-dos and me my rolls, getting ready. You can find me in the Twitter streets and on the Facebook and the Instagram. I am just Letitia everywhere. Now, sis, if they looking for you, and don't forget to get my sis's album, okay? It's all up on the Spotify. Ain't that right? Spotify? That's where I heard it.
It's coming. May 20th is when the full album will be released. My single, Simper, is available on Spotify or anywhere you stream music. So, yes.
Simper is like, I'm still kind of like, see, I'm going to have to do my own interview with the artist Kai Love so I can get into this. What was you thinking when you wrote this right here?
Yes.
I got my questions ready. Yes. So where can they find you?
They can find me on the Twitter and on Facebook at Kai Loves You, KaiLovesu. If you're looking for me on the Instagram, just add a 2 to it. Kai Loves You 2 on Instagram. Thank you again for listening. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
The Pisces Life, the Pisces Life, the Pisces Life, the Pisces